welcome to Kush News, the newscast of the African diaspora. I'm your anchor, Ochanda, daily bringing you the top stories from Africa and the Caribbean. Let's take a look at today's news on Friday, June 7th, 2024. Let's go to Somalia, where they join the United Nations Security Council. Somalia won a non-permanent seat on the United Nations Security Council, a significant step for the East African nation. This will be the first time that the country has held the position since the 1970s. The top table at the UN determines how the organization responds to conflicts going on in the world. There are 10 rotating non-permanent members on the council, along with 5 permanent members. Those permanent members are the United States, the United Kingdom, France, China, and Russia. To win a seat, a country needs to secure the support of at least 2/3 of the United Nations General Assembly. Somalia was elected along with Denmark, Greece, Pakistan, and Panama to serve for 2 years, starting in January of 2025. Somalia's Foreign Affairs Minister, Ahmed Fiki, said that his country would now take up its position on the global stage.
Ladies and gentlemen and dear friends, congratulations, Somali citizens in everywhere in the world. Today marks an important milestone in the history of our great nation. We have received 179 votes and have been elected with an overwhelming majority of the members general of Assembly. I extend immense sincere appreciation and gratitude for the Union of African Union, OIC, and the Arab League's endorsement of Somalia candidacy, and to each and every country who has voted for us. I am deeply touched by the trust they have placed on Somalia to be elected member of the UN Security Council for the term 2025 to 2026. I take this opportunity to thank the President of Somalia, Dr. Hassan Sheikh Mohamud, and the Prime Minister, Hamza Abdi Barre, for their leadership and vision in attaining this important seat. I also thank all the civil servants who tirelessly worked on this campaign, especially our esteemed permanent representative in New York, Ambassador Abukar, and in Addis Ababa for their unwavering dedication in the last 6 years of the campaign.
Over the years, the UN and the African Union have played key roles in helping to reestablish a central authority. Somalia has also been battling extensively the militant group known as Al-Shabaab, which still controls parts of the country. The anti-government rebels want to topple the central government and establish their own rule. In recent months, the government has intensified its fight against the group as foreign troops withdraw and pass the baton to the Somali army. There are currently 3 non-permanent African states on the council: Algeria, Sierra Leone, and Mozambique. The African Union has been pushing for the continent to have 2 permanent representatives on the council. Time will tell if that takes place. Those in Somalia, let us know how happy you are. Let us know on, did you see this coming? Since the 70s, you guys have been missing from the Security Council seat, but now you guys are there. Big congratulations from Kush News to the country of Somalia. Let's go to Congo, where the coup suspects stand trial. The trial of 51 individuals, including 3 American citizens that are accused of attempting to overthrow the president of the Democratic Republic of Congo, has begun. The hearing is being broadcast on national TV and radio from Ndolo military prison in the capital of Kinshasa. The defendants were ushered into the military court wearing blue and yellow shirts, making their first appearance in public since the failed coup attempt. The suspects face multiple charges, including financing terrorism, murder, and attempted assassination. They have not yet been asked to plead in the case, which is being held under a marquee in the grounds of the jail. The United States State Department says it has not been given access to its citizens in custody. 6 people were killed during the attempted coup on May 19th, including the suspected leader of the plot, Christian Malanga. Local media reports say that the assailants were members of the New Zaire movement linked to Malanga, a formerly exiled DRC politician who had acquired U.S. citizenship. His son, Marcel Malanga, is among the U.S. citizens that were arrested. Congo President Felix Tshisekedi was reelected for a second term in elections last year in December. The DR Congo is a country with vast mineral wealth and a huge population. This, combined with a complicated economy, has made the country a prime place for violence over the years. Those in Congo, let us know on if you are paying attention. If you also will continue to pay attention to the trial of the suspected coup attempted individuals. Let's go to Angola, where they become the vice president of the UN General Assembly. On Thursday, Angola was elected vice president for the 79th session of the UN General Assembly that kicks off on September 10th, 2024. According to a press release, Angola's permanent representative to the UN, Francisco Jose da Cruz, considered that the election represents an important step that is part of a strategy of giving greater visibility to his country. He said that Angola is taking a more assertive position within the international community. This year, Angola will be celebrating 50 years of independence from Portugal as well. Angola filled 5 vacancies allocated towards African countries. The presidency of the United Nations General Assembly alternates annually between 5 geographic groups. That's Africa, Asia Pacific, Eastern Europe, Western Europe, Latin America, and the Caribbean. The United Nations General Assembly is one of the organization's 6 main bodies, and the only one in which all member countries have equal representation. Those in Angola, let us know your thoughts. Congratulations on becoming the vice president of the UN General Assembly this upcoming September. Big deal. Let's go to the Caribbean. And there we go to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, where the government is concerned about low birth rates. Prime Minister of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, says that more women are choosing not to have children or are only giving birth to one in the Caribbean country. On Monday, the Prime Minister once again addressed the issue of his country's low birth rate, which sparked conversations last week with people suggesting incentives, as expensive comes with raising children. However, the Prime Minister says that studies have shown that incentives such as money don't always work. He says he understands that having children is not an easy business and it's a real challenge. However, he believes it's not simply a question of not having money. He pointed out that Haiti's birth rate is above the norm. And also, he believes that people are better off now than they were in the 1960s.
This is not a political issue, you know. It's a national issue. It is a national issue. And of course, having children, and women understand that more than men, clearly, because they're the ones who have it. It's not an easy business. And to rear children, it's a real challenge. But this is not just simply a question of you don't have enough money. Because if it were money, problem with money. Haiti is the only country in CARICOM which has the birth rate above the norm, and that's the poorest one. If it was money, people are better off now than they were in 1960. So what happens is this. There are many changes which have taken place. Increased opportunities for women in the workplace. The education revolution. Modernity. Women are taking a decision not to have children. Or if they haven't one.
The Prime Minister says it comes down to choice, and no government can compel people to have more children. Looking at the country's demographics, the Prime Minister said that at one time the population was growing rapidly because the birth rate was very high, where not even migration could have sufficiently reduced the extent of its growth. The public policy then urged people to try to control the birth rate. He says that now it's the other way, where the birth rate is low. However, women in the particular age group of between 20 and 35 years of age are putting off motherhood. The Prime Minister says that the issue came into focus when the IMF reported the birth rate decrease. With regard to the aging population, Dr. Gonzalez says that people in St. Vincent and the Grenadines are living longer, which is to be celebrated, but the birth rate has fallen below the 2.1 average, and if left to continue, it's going to create a serious problem. The Prime Minister reminds that family is important, as he says if everybody does not reflect on the issue, St. Vincent and the Grenadines is not going to have a functioning society as it moves forward. Those in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, let us know on your thoughts on the decline in the birth rate. Let us know on what you feel the solutions are. If you feel that the Prime Minister is wrong, that money can't fix it, or if you have other ideas. Let's stay in St. Vincent and Grenadines, where results of a weapon surrender are revealed. The Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force has announced the conclusion of the 91-day National Firearm Amnesty. It commenced on March 1st, 2024 and concluded on May 31st, 2024. During this period, a total of 18 firearms and 327 rounds of ammunition were surrendered by individuals possessing illegal firearms. The firearms which were surrendered included 3 9mm pistols, 2 .38 revolvers, 1 .35 revolver, 1 .380 high point pistol, a homemade 12-gauge shotgun, a double barrel 12-gauge shotgun, a 12-gauge shotgun, 2 .25 pistols, and 6 .22 pistol revolvers. With the conclusion of the amnesty, recent amendments to the Firearm Act are now in full effect. The police force says that its zero-tolerance approach to illegal firearms is ongoing. Those in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, let us know on if you were one of the individuals that surrendered your firearms. Let us know on if you feel that if they do a yearly amnesty, if more people will take part and surrender their illegal firearms. When we come back, we'll have today's African proverb of the day. Don't go anywhere.
New release of the Spring Summer Collection. Visit www.mccadero.com.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at today's African proverb of the day, and it comes to us from the Mahdi. What's going on, Mahdi peoples? And it reads, the cure of the Mahdi is Mahdi. Once again, the cure of the Mahdi is Mahdi. Mahdi proverb. What this references or interpretation is that, the solution to most, if not all of your problems is you yourself. What? Yeah, what? What's that? Yeah, it's you yourself most of the time. For instance, if you have an issue with your weight, let's say, that's a big topic right now. It's usually because of your poor diet and or lack of exercise. If you have an issue with your finances, it's usually your spending habits and or the revenue that you're generating, whether from your own business or from your employer. Another one, if you have an issue with dealing with people, it's probably because you're a person that isn't the easiest to get along with, nor are you taking the time to self-reflect. So the problem is usually having an answer and a solution that starts with you. Let me know your interpretation of today's African proverb of the day, as well as your thoughts, views, questions, comments, and concerns on the top stories. Don't forget to hit that like button. Make it your best friend. For Kush News on Kush Convos TV, I'm Ochanda. We'll see you soon.